Hi, I'm Melissa from SoGoSurvey. We're talking today about the difference data can make in improving employee experience. Sound good? Let's take a look. EX, or employee experience, has become a bigger and bigger deal over the past few years, especially as human resource professionals have been able to collect more information about their employees. They're able to use that information to help improve the employee experience from the moment someone's recruited all the way down to the moment they leave the company. So this accurate data has been very, very helpful for improving the lives and sort of professions of HR professionals due to this digital transformation. But it means that we're actually needing to do something about this and think differently a little bit about how this data works. Not just more tools, more technology, more numbers, but being able to humanize company interactions. So this is not just about the idea of engagement or satisfaction, something like that can be measured maybe once or twice a year. This is about every single thing that happens to an employee through his or her sort of life cycle throughout the time as an employee of the company. So this is a positive employee experience. We want a good workplace, better retention, more engagement. So data insights can go a long way toward helping with those goals. So start with your employer brand. How do you feel as an employer? How do people, your employees, and others outside the company feel about you? So the question is, how can data help you develop a stronger employer brand? Think about this. 84% of employees would consider leaving their job to move to another with a better reputation, even if their salary didn't change at all. So brand, or sort of the perception of an employer, makes a huge difference. So thinking about this, what kind of image does your company project? What kind of an image do your employees have about your company? Start with maybe a pulse survey. Collect data maybe once a year, a few times a year. That's sort of a good start, but regular pulse, checking the pulse is something that you want to do regularly to make sure that you're in good health, of course. That sentiment analysis gives a suggestion of how are things going on a regular basis? How are employees feeling about you as a company? Recruitment is another big part. So offline and online are both good channel sort of strategies. But thinking about that, there are a lot of data insights that you could use to improve the kinds of employees that you're finding as well. Data insights can help you improve your recruitment strategy and find candidates at places where you could see them perform. Like the sort of classic example is sports recruiters or major league recruiters finding sports players at high school, but looking for proactively finding those candidates rather than just waiting for them to come to you. We know that can be a really good starting point. So that data, the better data you can collect about where you're going to be able to find those potential employees, it gives them a little bit of a chance to shine in their sort of native environment rather than in sort of an artificial scene like an interview or something like that. The next, also to positive touch points. Employee experience means that you're trying to have a better, of course, more inspiring perhaps workplace. A lot of companies spend a lot of their time talking about customer experience. We know that's a really great sort of strategy to think about for your customers, checking in with them regularly, different touch points, but the same thing can be true of employees as well. You might be putting together an employee engagement survey to check in on their health. And it can be used for all kinds of things for, how was your onboarding experience? How was the application process? All of that kind of information that you can collect from your current employees or even prospects in some cases can help to do a lot of improvements for the employee experience for your future employees. Another one here too, data helps us communicate. We might not agree with all of the data that we find, but it's usually facts and it's usually at least a good starting point for conversation too. And we're thinking about this, that communication is a really big priority for a lot of, especially younger employees who are coming in. And it should be a priority for everyone. Engagement requires communication. Otherwise, there's loss of trust or loss of awareness of what's going on, and processes break down. So news channels are a big one, being able to connect with people, find out where information is stored. All these kinds of data sort of management topics come into play here when we're talking about improving communication and making it easier for everyone to work together. Really, work is evolving a lot. So digital transformation, it's transformation for a reason. We have more data than ever before. Doesn't mean that things are going to be automated. It just means that we have some automated processes, but there are always people who are going to be able to power those changes to draw conclusions, draw analysis, and insights from the changes and the information that we found. So employee engagement and experience, a huge impact on your hiring processes and retention. So think about it. What can you do about it? And if you're ready to get the data you need to improve employee experience, join us. We've got a webinar for that, as you might expect. We'd love to have you join. Thanks so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again soon. In the meantime, connect with us on social media and on our website, SoGoSurvey.com. See you next time.